All right, we are 15 days into the new account that we've started in order to make the beginner guide series for free-to-play players. We've just been able to star up Fujitora up to 9 stars, and I can now begin to level him up to level 205. He's our main carry, and I've been able to slap some nice gear on him that you get as a reward for starring up your first character to 9 stars. I have some quite nice books on him, mainly the basic Purify, because it's really annoying to have him stunned since he's our main damage dealer, so that is a nice 30% chance to cleanse all the debuffs of him. And one thing that's really good for single target high damage dealers is the shock ability, because this enables him to either kill one enemy, that would be ideal, or since he deals a big amount of damage, if he does that big chunk, he can actually stun the enemy, and it's quite nice to have some basic rebirth on him. Those are not optimal, but it's fine. I have basic rampage on him because I want him to have as high as a crit rate as possible. This is a long-term project, but I'm really desperate to find some physical combo books for him. The reason why I went for the Haki skill of crit rate instead of going for the physical combo is mainly because it's usually easier, especially in the beginning of the game, to get strong books with, for example, physical combo of a chance of 30%, sometimes even 40%. It's way easier and way quicker to get that than to get like a Haki skill up to a certain level. So I'm really searching for a strong book that has physical combo on it instead of trying to build up the physical combo, because that appears very slow to me, and I've made the experience also in my main account that this is really the best way to go about it. Obviously that involves some luck. I then have my Ryuma, who's my second best hero at the time, so yeah, he synergizes really well with this. We've just failed a battle on Impel Down. We can see that our Fujitora is actually dealing the main damage and the rest is just accessory, so he's the main carry. But the Ryuma is also helping by a big margin. We don't have the perfect books for him right now, but that's to be expected. I also have the basic shock on him here, so if he does deal that big chunk of damage to the enemy, yeah, we have that. And I really like to have basic crit follow-up on Ryuma because of his passive ability that allows him to attack multiple enemies. So he actually has a 60% chance to target not one but actually 2 enemies, which enables him to basically AoE attack, if you want to call it that, at a 60% chance. And this also applies with his basic attacks, so that's really nice. We also then have the Ghost Princess. She's up to 8 stars. We don't have a copy of hers to make her 9 stars, but that's alright. She does have that basic Tranquil. That's really nice and really good because that enables her to dispel debuffs on a character that she's healed or revived, but well, if they revive they don't have debuffs, so yeah. And also we have the basic Dexterity. This is actually quite interesting. Dexterity is super nice to make characters quicker. This is an awesome book and I wouldn't want to miss it. So I'm actually going to keep this one for quite a long while because it's quite difficult to get a speed book that also has the speed skill. However, we do have the the Haki skill of Dexterity on her as well. I didn't think about that before applying it on her. It doesn't stack, so I don't recommend to use this, but since it does give the 20 speed, I don't want to take it off her. I want her to be as quick as possible, and that's pretty much the main lineup. We also have our Usopp at 8 stars, but he's just a placeholder, as well as those two. They're just at level 100 because I need something in the front of the team. That's pretty much what we are going and rocking with right now on day 15. Also, our main priority at the moment is in the limited event area to collect 5-star heroes, as many as we possibly can. since we have 13 days left on this, we want to go as high as possible, and I'm trying to get at least this one, because these 6-star spirit bespoke, so these like 6-star souls, they are really important to start up your characters, and it can make it so much easier to progress through the game if you can use those for your Marines and Emperors, who are usually very hard to upgrade to higher star levels when you are free to play. I doubt very highly that we will be able to reach up to 85 of those in round 2, but I am pretty confident that we'll be able to get 18 5-stars in the next 13 days. I am really confident on that. So there are multiple ways on going about this. The main part is that it's really important to understand that it doesn't help you to fuse 5-stars. So even if I can do that, for example here with my pirates, if I were to fuse one of those 4-stars into a 5-star, that doesn't count, it doesn't give me a point. So what you want to have is collect as many of those 5-star fragments. There's usually all those events that you get in the beginning, you get one every week. Let's see where it is right now. Oh yeah, found it. It's also in the limited area here on the Ringlongland, whatever it's called. We were able to get one also. Do focus on completing these. If it's quick battle, do your raids. If it's this one, so just be diligent with this, because this helps you progress through getting more 5-stars. Also in the shop there are really reliable ways to get this. One is the 5-star random shard. You may think that it's expensive, but it's actually guaranteed 5-stars, and it's pretty much cheaper than going for the superior summon tickets, because usually you need a lot of those. I am also saving up my hard points, because I eventually do want to get for that Ryuma shard. However, if it does make a difference whether I get one more 5-star or no, I will actually contemplate going for like those cheap ones, like your Bonclay, your Ivankov, or stuff like that. Also, I am now saving up my score summons, so usually I would buy a Ryuma shard here. However, if this does enable me to get the next stage of rewards, and I get a valuable reward for this, I will actually buy those 5-star random shards. So right now I would be able to get one more 5-star. I'm going to save that up for the next 2 weeks, and then we will decide how we are going to go about this. Same thing in the arena points. I'm going to start saving those up right now, because I want to get as high as possible in those rewards. They're that important, and I'm even starting to save up my guild points. Usually I will always tell you to not spend your guild points on anything else except for guild skill, because it's that good. However, you are always able to farm up guild skill. You are only able to complete the event for the first 30 days. The zero calling will only be a one-time event in the beginning of your account. I haven't seen it come back. I haven't heard someone say that it would ever come back. So yeah, try to get as far as you can in this event, and I'm pretty sure that I will not be able to reach level 80 in the next 13 days. We will see. That would be really nice, because once you've reached level 80, if I remember correctly, you will be able to pull a lot of those 5-stars here. So that would be really, really nice. We will see how far we can get level-wise. Other ways to get 5-stars, you can, if you're lucky, get them from the lucky treasure, these lotto pulls, as well as from these. If you get superior tickets, that's cool. And that is pretty much the main ways to get them. You can also get some of them through the Skypiea adventure. Usually I would always buy the tickets in here. However, I'm in the process of saving up, because I'm actually focused more on getting 5-stars. And usually, unless you are hoping to get lucky, but just from the probabilities here, it's actually more valuable to go for the 5-star shards. I will do some calculations on that later and just give you the results, but yeah, that's pretty much what I found out so far. Also, I try to not get distracted, because right now I have 85 of those elite summon tickets. As you know by now, never pull those unless you have enough, because the rewards are very important. You can target farm one of those characters here. You choose which character you want to take, and it will be really nice, because if you can save up to 300 of those, you will actually get 2 copies through the summoning, and also 1 copy that you choose. So you will actually get 3 copies of your chosen character, meaning you will be able to 9-star them immediately. If you already had 2 copies of them, you will be able to make them 10-star. Getting more copies of your heroes is very crucial for your account progress. So yeah, save those up. So if you are following this team and you are getting stuck on Impel Down, you maybe fail once, just try again, because as you saw earlier in the video, I actually failed this stage. I just repeated it, and I'm now going to show you what is happening here. So in the first round, Fujitora did his AoE meteor attack to soften up the enemy for crits. Now he just executed an enemy, giving him an extra 70% of that crit damage, really juicy, and the Ryuma is putting in work as well. We are now going through the stages. As you can see here, we are starting to slowly build up elite. It is alright, but you can always rely on your Fujitora and your Ryuma to carry you through this. So as you can see here, now we cleaned up. There's no chance left. It's really nice, and also in the turn 2, Fujitora will now clean up the fight, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As you can see, Fujitora is the main damage dealer. We don't have Ryuma at 9 stars yet, so that would be more even by that point, but it's really cool to have your Fujitora at this star level. If you were lucky in the beginning, in this account I got 2 copies of him, but yeah, if you are not lucky, it's still possible to go for him. You will just have to be patient with it and rely on your Ryuma or NL, or I personally prefer Ryuma. However, you can also go for an early NL carry. I'll just go and challenge this further. The reason why I was able to upgrade Ryuma was actually by applying the things that I talked about in the beginner guide video. I was able to trade in 50 of those fame points. I only have 11 of them now, to go to the Grand Summon area, click on the Prestige shop, and I actually just bought 1 copy of Fujitora for 50 of those fame points. So yeah, that enabled me to get the 3rd copy of Fujitora, which I then just used to upgrade him to 9-star, giving this account a nice little boost in strength. From now on, I will be focusing all my golden experience to get Fujitora up to level 205. I did invest quite a lot now into the Ghost Princess, because I didn't expect to upgrade Fujitora to 9 stars so early. If I would have held onto the resources, I think that would have been more useful to me, because Fujitora is the main carry and that would be really nice. However, I didn't do it, and it's fine to have her be strong. However, the next goal would be to get her to be quicker than my Ryuma, just for the sequencing. Because right now the speed sequence works a little bit like this. I have my Fujitora go first, then there goes my Ryuma. Right after that comes the Ghost Princess. She buffs up the attack and the critical rate of my 3 strongest heroes, and then comes Usopp, who's also buffed up by her, but I would prefer her to actually buff up Ryuma before he attacks. It would be perfect to have her go before Fujitora, but this will probably not happen in any foreseeable future, because he's way ahead and he also has much higher base speed than she does. Also, one of the next things that I'm looking for in this account is, since I already have 1 character from the pirate section. I already have one character from the Straw Hat section who is still a placeholder. I'm intending to make Usopp a 9-star and then search for a new Straw Hat to replace him with, but for now that's it. I already have one champ character, I have one marine character. What I'm still lacking in this account is a strong emperor, and I would not be satisfied to go with Blackbeard. He doesn't add anything, he's food, unless you build a specific team around him. I did that in my main account, but I built the team around Katakuri and Blackbeard synergizes well with him. However, in this account I'm still looking for a really strong emperor carry. I'm hoping to get something like, I'm actually not sure yet what I want, but I would love something like Whitebeard. I would love to have a Marco. Marco would be amazing. Also, there are some really nice tanks in here. So, for example, Kaido would be great. To get Jack would be great. Odin would also be really nice because he synergizes well with the crit rate. So, since this team is based around crit rate, I would prefer to gain either magicians that are crit rate focused or warriors that are crit rate focused, and that would, for example, be the Odin, who does synergize really well with crit rate due to his passive skills. But also Marco, who gives your team an AoE crit rate boost. Instead of just boosting 2 to 3 characters, he also does more of the AoE healing. So yeah, I would really love that. Still curious to see how far we can get here, and I'll actually skip this part for you because otherwise the video is going to be very long. While the impel down is going on, I also have one thought process here. So once I have built out my Fujitora and he's really strong, I may build out a second marine. That would be absolutely acceptable and also very efficient, which is why I'm going to go for the Akainu probably in the choice that I have here of the 3, because Akainu does synergize well with the crit rate build. I also am still eyeing for the Zephyr, so if I do happen to gain more copies of him, I might still build him up. I would really love to do that because I'm so curious about this character, mainly because he's very unique. Akainu would be really helpful in this lineup though as well, because his passive skill does synergize very well with crit rate, giving the team another bit of damage and also adding a nice bit of survivability through the crit triggered shields that he provides to the team. But we'll have to see what the gacha gives us here in this game, and also how these 1000 summons will play out once we have reached level 80. Just showing this to amaze you, Fujitora just dealt 1.3 million damage in comparison to the Ryuma, who dealt 377,000, so he's really carrying this, and I'd like to progress in the input down because Fujitora then is able to farm us those nice materials and also sometimes get some of those juicy 5 stars through the shards that you get as a reward from progressing input down. So we've just peeked out at the next input down stages for 240, and it's actually been super unfortunate. I'm going to speed up the fight because at a crucial moment in the fight, and this has happened like 2 or 3 times in a row now, the enemy Tsuru support has dodged an attack from Fujitora that would have exited her. Then she revived the enemy team, and it's basically ended in me killing every single one of their team except for the Gecko Warrior in the end, because I lost 2 or 3 turns on Tsuru dodging the execute from Fujitora. So yeah, dodge can be really annoying, as well as stuns and other stuff. Basically everything that wastes an important skill from your carries. So this has been pretty much the combat here. I'm going to end the video on this one, and I will update you in the next 2 weeks about the progress of this new account and how far we were able to get in the 30-day challenge of how many heroes you can summon. As you can see here, like, it actually looked really nice for a moment, and then their BG just revives himself. And it's just really annoying. It's really annoying. He does it again, wasting another 2 turns of this. So yeah, that would not have happened usually. Usually I should have. There was so much unfortunate stuff happening. I should have went through this, but I'm not in the mood to push this any further. With this out of the way, that concludes the video. I hope that you liked it and learned something, and hopefully see you in the next one.